Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, aka I'm a Ghostbuster. I'm here with another review roundup video. In these videos, if you don't know, I cover 4 games I've been playing recently, give you a bit of my thoughts and feelings, and this time they're all on Xbox, and I was lucky enough to be sent copies of all these games to try it. So huge thank you to all the PR companies and devs and stuff that sent them over. Now we'll jump straight in with the first one, which is Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. Now this came out on the 11th of the 9th, 2024, developed by the Mechs Games Incorporated, and it's a old school style platforming game featuring Rugrats characters based on the Rugrats franchise. I used to love Rugrats as a kid, and in this one, it sees you playing as either Tommy, Chucky, Phil, or Lil, each of them having their own unique abilities. And you basically play through what kind of reminds me of Super Mario 2. And you'll basically explore these environments. You'll need to collect things to progress in levels. Basically, you're trying to get these coins to unlock this Reptar door. And one thing that is quite cool about it, it does feature 2-player local co-op. Now, the game is quite difficult. I've seen people say this isn't difficult, and I found this really, really difficult. I'm not going to lie. I thought, oh my god, some of the levels on this game nearly broke me at times. Now, it features boss fights which include like memorable characters from the TV show. And one thing that, and the main complaint I'll have with this game is, yes, it's difficult, but it's old school, is there's a lot of to-ing and fro-ing, and you can get kind of lost on some of the levels. They're more like labyrinths than sort of like straight left to right game modes. Now, another cool feature this game has is you can flick between like brand new, shiny, sort of full HD graphics to old school 8-bit graphics. And they've done a great job capturing like what the NES gameplay would look like back in the 80s. Now, it does also feature co-op, like I said, and you can work together with a friend, which I thought was really nice. Now, if you're playing it solo and you're defeated, you can then continue playing as one of the other babies. Or if you're getting low on health, you can sort of switch between them so they don't die at that point in time. Now, the game itself isn't the longest. I mean, it feels like super old school in the fact that you can probably clear it in under an hour if you know what you're doing, but it's rock hard to make it that replayable. Like, I'm going to keep dying, so it's going to actually take me a lot longer to complete. But if you're really good at these type of games and you're like particularly good at this old school style gameplay, then you'll probably blitz through it. Now, one other thing I will say, it doesn't have any voice acting, which I feel like they could have had some voice clips in there. I get that it's trying to be like the 8-bit style as well, but it just feels a little soulless at points. It's got the music, which is great, but like a couple of the voice clips would be nice, because they've even done these sort of really nice like animated scenes as well at points. Now, on Xbox, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles, priced at £20.99, and it's also available on other platforms as well. I think there's even a demo out on PC, so check it out. It's really fun. I do like the characters, and I do love the Rugrats IP, and the soundtrack and everything is really cool. It's like a good mix of like Rugrats and 8-bit classics. It's just a little short, and it could do with a little bit more content for the price tag. Okay, and next up is Mining Mechs. Now, this had previously come out on PC back in 2023, but it's now been ported over to console by East Asia Soft Limited, who are kind of to send me a copy. And it was developed by Delayed Victory. Now, it released onto Xbox on the 4th of the 9th, 2024. And honestly, it's a fun little mining gameplay loop game where you will basically take control of this like awesome mech suit, which you can upgrade and improve, and slowly but surely work your way through a huge sort of pixel mine beneath your feet. So you'll be able to walk around and do things on the surface, interact with characters, shops and stuff like that. But then you'll eventually start digging down like day by day on like this gameplay loop, expanding your mind, getting minerals and stuff like that and resources, looking for treasure, all that sort of stuff. Now it's super relaxing, super sort of laid back. There's tons of different like minerals and treasures and everything like that to find. And you'll eventually sort of like build pipes to connect everything together, which is cool. So it gives you that sort of progression. Now, I had a blast playing this. My one complaint though is on PC you can play this with friends up to I think 7 people, whereas it is single player only on Xbox, which sucks. It's still fun on your own, but playing it with friends would make it even more enjoyable. Now, they've also brought out DLC for the game, which included a new map, a new storyline, more resources, and 5 new mechs. And you can literally pick that DLC up for £1.69. So I definitely recommend that, just for the extra content, gives you a bit more to play. Now, the core game is priced at £4.19 on Xbox. I think that's an absolute steal for the amount of hours you'll get. Now, it's a very easy 2000 gamer score, and I wouldn't say quick, but a very straightforward 2000 gamer score if you just take your time and sort of play the game. Now, if you want to try this out, there is a demo on PC. On Xbox, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles, optimised for Series X and S with 4K resolution and 60 FPS plus as well. Graphically, it looks great. Like, I love the 2D pixelated art style. The background music's lovely as well. The mines themselves are a little generic. Once you've seen one, they're just sort of slightly different colours and different like minerals and stuff. But they're gonna get a little bit repetitive. But like, I kind of like where you drop down through like massive holes to get back to where you were up to the day before and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty fun. So check this one out if you want a sort of simplistic resource like collecting game. I wouldn't say super simplistic, but like the loop is just sort of simple and satisfying. So yeah, check it out at a bargain price. Easy for achievement hunters as well. Can't go wrong. Only thing wrong, missing multiplayer. Okay, and next up is MindSeize. Now, this originally came out in 2020 on PC, but it's now been ported over to console by Sometimes You. It's developed by Kamina Dimension and released on the 20th of the 9th, 2024 on Xbox. Now, this is a 2D action Metroidvania, and I really enjoyed this one. It starts off with a rather ugly cutscene, I will say that, but once you get into the game, it looks fantastic. It's got this 16-bit art style, very much feels like something you'd play on like a Mega Drive. Lush sci-fi environments, really cool like enemy designs, very fast-paced, and for a Metroidvania, it's quite easy to get into. Like, I'm not the biggest Metroidvania like lover. I've played some and they really click with me, but a lot of them don't. Whereas this one, it's very easy to like get fully into it. I think you could easily 100% this without worry, even if you've never been into a Metroidvania before. It's clearly been inspired by a lot of classics in the genre, but all in all, it's pretty cool. So basically, you play as this private investigator who's sort of trying to deal with this criminal organisation called the Ascended, and it'll see you visiting a variety of different alien planets, and you're basically in this sort of robotic body, which is like the mind action gear. So you basically control it with your mind, basically, and you can upgrade this as you progress through the game. You get different mods for it, weapons and abilities. Obviously, some of these aren't sort of needed, but they will give you access to other areas, a bit of like traversal and stuff like that. There's a lot of going off the beaten track because it's a Metroidvania and stuff, which is really cool. Now, the story's pretty good when you get into it. It's a well written script. The soundtrack is really good. And because it's a Sometimes You game, there's 2 versions on Xbox. There's the Xbox One version and the Xbox Series X and S version. Now, the game itself is pretty much identical. The only thing different here is obviously the sort of optimization on the next gen console. So on Series X and S, you get the 4K resolution, 60 FPS, but it does mean you can buy both technically and then get a stackable achievement. So achievement hunters out there can double up with a pretty decent Metroidvania. Now, it's $14.24 on Xbox, on each Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One. I believe if you buy one, you get a discount on the next one. It sort of automatically knows you've bought it. But there's also a free trial to play through as well. But it's definitely a fun game. Very interesting, well done. Check it out. I thought it was really, really good, and I love the environments. I love some of the characters, the alien designs and stuff like that. Some of the mech enemies were really good. Lots of nice traversal around the environments to find all the secrets and everything. But well worth a go at a very decent price. Okay, and last up is Core Keeper. Now, this is published by Fireshine Games and developed by Pugstorm, and it released on the 27th of the 8th, 2024. Now, don't just take my word for this one, it's on Xbox Game Pass, so you can jump on and play it, or you can buy it for $16.24. It's a basically mining survival game which has sort of resemblances to Stardew Valley in a way, how it looks and its cuteness and some of the combat, but it feels a lot more like Terraria, maybe with a bit of like mining from Minecraft all made into one. Now, on Xbox, it's on Xbox One, Series X and S, and cloud gaming, which is pretty cool, so you can play this on the go. And it has up to 8-player co-op, and it's a sandbox adventure style game, so you're basically free to do what you want when you want. Now, it features a lot of mining, a lot of digging. There's automation thrown in there as well, so you can sort of set up conveyor belts that'll do the work for you. And I know some people really love the automation side of things in games. There's a lot of crafting. You can sort of make your house look nice and everything like that. But it's a lot less like Stardew Valley in terms of cozy and sort of like day-to-day town things. You are mining. You are having to get your skills increased and stuff like that. And you end up taking on these like legendary Titan monsters, and you have to defeat them. It's really cool. Like, you still have the cutesy things. You can fish. You've got a garden. You've got recipes and everything. You've got animals, but there's a lot more sort of combat in this one, which is why I feel like it comes across more from the Terraria side of it. You could easily get through this if it was like a single player game in a couple of hours, but the sandbox style to it will give you a lot of replayability. Playing it with friends is a must. I played this solo, and it was okay. I'm not the biggest sort of survival fan anyway, but when you play it with friends, it just adds a bit more enjoyability to it. Like, you're all building up a base, crafting tools and stuff like that, and the world sort of evolves as you play. I thought that was really cool. Now, you have to sort of delve deep into these mines and eventually find all these gems and stuff like that. Obviously, you are able to sort of streamline the system with machinery, with smelting and everything like that. And you'll level up your skills and also get better weapons and tools to enable you to progress further. Now, the world, like I say, it's 2D, it's pixelated, it looks really cute, it looks lovely, but it has a variety of different ecosystems as well, from like lush environments to like dingy caves, which were cool. There's even a sea you can sail across if you like craft yourself a boat. There's deserts, all that sort of really cool stuff. Now, this is one of those games that the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. It won't be for everyone. Like I say, for me, I enjoyed playing it with friends over playing it solo by far, but there's some people here that'll get lost on their own for hours and hours and hours, fighting off enemies, monsters, there's mini bosses, all that sort of cool stuff. Really, really cool. You can host your own sort of like service for just you and your friends. There's everything you could want and more in this game. It's really cool. Like, it ticks a lot of boxes. And the fact you can jump in on cloud, I think it's fantastic. I feel like you could get a lot out of it, like on the go. It's definitely a game that I could see myself playing on holiday and stuff like that for an hour or two at a time. Now, there will be a bit of grinding if you're going for the achievements and slowly but surely unlocking everything and leveling up. But I feel like if you're into this sort of game, it'll fly by no problem at all. But check this one out. Like I say, it's on other systems as well. It's on PC for definite. You can jump on and trial it if you've got a Game Pass subscription, or you can pick it up for £16.24. Why not? Can't go wrong with it. Let me know in the comments, out of the 4 games, which are your favourites. I've enjoyed most of these this week. Like I say, normally there's one that I don't like as much as the others, but honestly, we've had a couple of mining games that have been really decent. The tower defence game I really enjoyed. And we had a Metroidvania that everyone can get into. But hit that like and let me know in the comments, and I'll see you soon for another video, guys. Thanks for watching.